Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another Fallout 4 mod review. Now, it has been quite a while since we've done a mod throwback where we take a look at some older mods in the Fallout 4 modding scene, and I figured today we might as well celebrate the early release of Halo Infinite's multiplayer by checking out a really cool Halo mod, and in my opinion, one of the coolest mods out there for Fallout 4 in existence. This is honestly just super cool. Maybe it's a bit biased because I am such a Halo fan, but the amount of awesome content that this mod adds is truly incredible. Now, that mod is Mizraya Armory by Nova Finch. This mod is going to add a ton of weapons from the Halo franchise into Fallout 4, and it will fully utilize Fallout 4's different weapon modifications to make these weapons even cooler. In Halo, you don't really get to customize your weapons, aside from, say, Halo 5, but now in Fallout, you get to add all kinds of really cool attachments and make them function a bit different than we're used to in the Halo franchise. There are a lot of cool partner mods to this as well, so I may look into a Halo mod bundle at some point in the future, but for now, we're going to focus on Mizraya Armory, which is going to have a bunch of cool weapons, like I said earlier. So if you want to get your hands on these, your journey is going to begin at the Mizraya Assisted Assembly Workstation. This is a new workstation that you can craft at your settlements, and this is going to allow you to craft all of the different weapons. In here, you will find the M6 PDWS, that's going to be your Magnum. We have the M319 grenade launcher from Halo Reach, the MA5D ICWS, this is your assault rifle, the M392 DMR, which is the DMR, the M45 Tactical Shotgun is your shotgun, the M7 Caseless is the SMG, the M99 Stanchion SASR is a special version of the sniper rifle, which I believe is a Gauss version. I'm not familiar with this from the Halo lore, but it does exist, I guess. The SRS-99AM, which is going to be your anti-material rifle, or the sniper rifle. And then finally is the XM7G/GNR, which is a weird laser hybrid of the SMG. Another one that I'm not familiar with, but I suppose it does exist out there somewhere. Now, there are multiple tables added within this mod. First is the assembly station, which we were just at, allowing us to craft the different weapons. But there are also new versions of the weapon and armor modification workstations. These are just reskins. The armor modification we don't need for today, but the weapon modification we do, because now we can actually look at all of these different weapons. So that M319 IGL, that's your grenade launcher from Halo Reach. Here's a good look at it. As you can see, these all have some beautiful models and textures, and they also all have custom reload animations, and I'll show those off in just a second. Here's a good look at that DMR that we crafted, the M45 Tactical Shotgun, the M6C Magnum, the Caseless SMG, the Stanchion, this is that Gauss Sniper rifle I was telling you about, the MA5D Assault Rifle, the SRS-99 Anti-Material Sniper Rifle, and then that XM77. It looks like an SMG, but it fires lasers out of the front, which is pretty interesting. And it's a bit different from the standard Fallout laser rifle. We'll get into that in just a second. Let's go ahead and show off some of these reloads before we get into weapon modifications. So let's check out these animations, starting with our Magnum here. All of these are going to be completely custom, which is something I really appreciate. As you can see, they do include the Halo firing sounds, which is a nice touch, along with custom reload animations that really sells the whole thing. Here we have the SMG. Followed by the DMR. Here is the shotgun. Really appreciate that this does have bullet counted reload support, and it reloads from the top like the shotgun should. Here we have our grenade launcher. The assault rifle. You'll also notice working ammo counters, which is super awesome and definitely necessary for a Halo mod. Here is the sniper rifle. Here is that strange SMG I was talking about with the laser firing mode. And that one actually doesn't have a reload animation, as I believe it is unlimited ammo once you have an energy cell. And then finally, we have our Gauss Sniper. with a very slow fire rate, but same animation as the regular sniper rifle. Now, with the HUD turned back on really quick, I do want to point out that a lot of these actually have custom reticles as well, which are much like their Halo counterparts. So here's the Magnums, as you can see, just like the original. Here we have our SMG, the DMRs, the grenade launchers. The assault rifle just has an iron sight, just like the shotgun. And then the sniper rifle also has its custom square reticle, which looks very nice. And on top of that, there are also a bunch of other scopes that you can apply at the weapons workbench that will have their own custom reticles. So with that being said, let's head over to the weapons workbench and see what kind of attachments we can apply to these guys. Now, there are so many attachments here and also so many weapons that it's going to be kind of a hassle to check out every single thing in one video, so I'm going to kind of speed through them and give you a brief overview. Each of these is going to have a similar set of receivers with a factory issue, lightweight materials, heavy frame, improved mechanism, Mark 6 internal mechanism, the XMI prototype automatic mechanism for the Magnum here that makes it fire in full auto, which is pretty interesting. And then we also have a bunch of different options that are going to change the stats as well as the cosmetics. For example, for the grips, we have our light grips and tactical grips, as well as the heavy grips with wood and polymer options for the Magnum here. And they're actually going to make it look like different versions of the Magnum. If you've played Halo 5, you may recognize the Gunfighter Magnum as having the little handguard removed here, which is pretty interesting. So there are a lot of attachments that will allow you to recreate some of the classic Halo weapons from different Halo franchises. So you can see we have a lot of different barrel options here. Some of them have integrated sights and suppressors, which are pretty interesting. Here we have the silenced Magnum from Halo ODST and Halo 5. We do have the different underbarrels like flashlights and lasers, different ammo types which are available for all of these weapons. Here we have some standard FMJ rounds. We have conversions to 10mm, 44. There is a shotgun round for the Magnum, which is pretty crazy. And then there's even some high explosives, which are very interesting. All of these, again, have a ton of customization. Different damage modifiers from negative 60% all the way up to positive 100%, which I don't think you're going to need, as a lot of these weapons are already doing insane amounts of damage. Some of them do have color customization, usually to black, which is in the form of Oni. We do have some laser color options as well as our materials. There's we go with that Oni coating that I was talking about that changes it to black. This was for the sight. And the options just keep getting crazier when we move on to bigger rifles like this here sniper rifle. We have those same receivers like I talked about. Here we do have some barrel options like full length, medium length, the very short snub nose, and then the integral suppressor, which is pretty crazy looking. We do have some different grip pads, different magazine sizes. The scopes, there are a lot of options. We do have access to an iron sight, which is pretty interesting, a reflex sight, some different hollow sights, a bunch of different versions of the standard sniper scope, and even some new sniper scopes that you aren't familiar with from the Halo franchise. We do have muzzle brake options like different muzzle brakes and suppressors, as well as, again, a bunch of different ammo types. Some of these for the sniper rifle are pretty crazy. We do have 50 BMG variants with different full metal jacket as well as high explosive. We even have smart rounds, which will track to your target but will do less damage, which is pretty interesting. And then we have some more cosmetic options like the bipod, which you can have to be extended or collapsed or even removed. You can really customize these to be more than just the standard Halo versions. You can really make them look how you want, which is pretty cool. So yeah, lots of options here. Going over every single one in this video would be quite a pain, but just trust me, there is a whole lot to offer here, and you could spend hours playing around with these different attachments. Now, today we are going to have what is probably the lengthiest damage test to date, because we do have a whole bunch of weapons here. Now, I'm not going to go for the crazy variations. These are just going to be the basic weapons because they are already pretty strong by themselves, and we'll just test them on 9 different Deathclaws here with the 9 different weapons included in this pack, starting with the Magnum. And we didn't get it in one mag, but I think one more bullet does it. It appears we had some kind of incendiary rounds active. Was not aware of that, but it's going to perform about the same as that. 9 shots for a Deathclaw. Let's try the SMG. As you can see, takes him down without even burning through a mag. Although these are 60-round magazines, so they are pretty large. Let's try out this DMR. And in only 7 shots, that one is down. Like I said, these are some strong weapons. Let's try the shotgun. This one finally feels pretty balanced. We do have to pump after every shot, but we get it down in a single tube, which lets us look at this nice reload animation. Let's try out the grenade launcher. Now, I think I actually have EMP rounds in this, but let's just see how it does. Okay, it's a timed explosive. Not good for us in terms of testing, but it's still very strong. As you can see, 2 shots almost took down that Deathclaw. Well, it took down 2 of our Deathclaws. Excellent. Moving on, we have our assault rifle. Takes down a Deathclaw, no problem. Then our sniper. That is a 2-shot kill for the Deathclaw. Our laser SMG also takes down the Deathclaw, no problem. And since our grenade launcher took down 2, we're going to have to spawn in another one to test out our final weapon, which is the Gauss Sniper. As to be expected, it puts down the Deathclaw in only 1 shot. Definitely some very powerful weapons, but there are some mods that will overhaul the enemies to make them more in line with the Halo universe, and so these might be a better suit for that. Not to mention there are some really cool Halo armor mods that will also pair nicely with this. And all of these weapons, by the way, are integrated into the leveled list, so you can find these out in the world. So be careful, because these very high damage weapons can fire back at you. So yeah, that is the Mizraya Armory for Fallout 4, adding in a ton of really cool Halo weapons. This was a bit of an unorthodox weapon mod review. There was just so much to cover, so we didn't get to take the standard deep dive that we typically do. I had the same issue with Nova Finch's combined arms pack. There's just so much content that it would take an hour to look at all of it. But this is still really, really cool. If you guys would like to see a Halo mod bundle in the future where we take a look at more mods like this that could turn Fallout 4 into essentially a Halo clone, let me know if that's something you'd be interested in, and I would absolutely love to do it because Halo is one of my passions, much like Fallout. With that though, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to drop a rating, subscribe if you haven't already for more videos just like this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace! And really quick, I'd like to make a shout out to all of our patrons. Your donations are greatly appreciated and really help to support the channel and videos just like this one. So again, thank you.